MV Wilhelm Gustloff. The MV Wilhelm Gustloff, a German passenger ship, was torpedoed by a Soviet submarine while evacuating German civilians, soldiers, and refugees from East Prussia. The attack occurred in the Baltic Sea, and the vessel quickly sank. Over 9,000 people lost their lives in this tragic event, making it one of the deadliest maritime disasters in history, largely overshadowed by the war. Laconia. The British passenger liner Laconia was torpedoed by a German U-boat in the Atlantic Ocean while carrying civilians, military personnel, and prisoners of war. After being struck, it sank quickly, leading to a major rescue operation. Despite efforts to save survivors, around 1,500 people died. The incident highlighted the dangers of wartime maritime travel and the complexities of rescue operations in wartime. MS Estonia. The MS Estonia, a passenger ferry, sank in the Baltic Sea due to a malfunctioning bow visor. The visor's failure allowed water to flood the car deck, leading to rapid sinking. The disaster resulted in the deaths of 852 people, including passengers and crew members. This tragedy prompted significant changes in ferry safety regulations across Europe and remains one of the most devastating maritime disasters of recent times. MV Doña Paz. The MV Doña Paz, a passenger ferry in the Philippines, collided with an oil tanker, the MT Vector. The collision caused a fire and explosion, leading to the ferry's rapid sinking. Over 4,300 people, including many passengers, died in the disaster, making it one of the deadliest maritime accidents. The event highlighted severe safety and regulatory issues within the Philippine maritime industry. RMS Lusitania. The RMS Lusitania, a British ocean liner, was torpedoed by a German U-boat off the coast of Ireland while en route from New York to Liverpool. The attack resulted in the deaths of 1,198 people, including 128 Americans. The sinking fueled anti-German sentiment and contributed to the United States' decision to enter World War I. It was a key event in naval warfare history. MV Seawol. The MV Seawol, a South Korean ferry, capsized and sank while carrying 476 passengers, most of whom were high school students on a field trip. The ferry, overloaded and poorly maintained, listed heavily before sinking. The disaster led to the deaths of more than 300 people. The event sparked widespread criticism of safety regulations, government oversight, and the response to maritime emergencies in South Korea. USS Indianapolis. The USS Indianapolis, a U.S. Navy cruiser, was torpedoed by a Japanese submarine while traveling from Guam to the Philippines. The ship sank within minutes, leaving over 800 crew members stranded in the open sea. Many died due to exposure, dehydration, and shark attacks before they were rescued. The incident remains one of the most tragic maritime events of World War II, underscoring the perils of naval warfare. SS Andrea Doria. The SS Andrea Doria, an Italian passenger liner, collided with the MS Stockholm near Nantucket. The impact caused the Andrea Doria to list severely and eventually sink. Despite rescue efforts by nearby vessels, 46 people died. The incident was significant due to the challenges in maritime navigation and communication of the time, and remains a notable disaster in modern maritime history. RMS Titanic. The RMS Titanic, a British luxury liner, struck an iceberg during its maiden voyage from Southampton to New York. The ship, deemed unsinkable, had insufficient lifeboats for all passengers. It sank in the North Atlantic Ocean, leading to the deaths of over 1,500 people. The disaster prompted major changes in maritime safety regulations and remains one of the most famous maritime tragedies in history. SS General Slocum. The SS General Slocum, a passenger steamship, caught fire and sank in the East River, New York City, on June 15, 1904. The fire, caused by faulty wiring, spread quickly. With over 1,000 people aboard, mostly women and children, the disaster resulted in around 1,021 deaths. This tragedy is one of the deadliest maritime disasters in U.S. history and led to significant changes in fire safety regulations to prevent such events in the future. MS La Jula. The MS La Jula, a Senegalese ferry, capsized in the Atlantic Ocean on September 26, 2002, while returning from a pilgrimage to Mecca. The ferry was severely overcrowded, with more than 1,800 passengers on board. The ship sank rapidly, leading to the deaths of approximately 1,863 people. This disaster underscored severe issues with ferry safety and regulatory oversight in Senegal, prompting a re-evaluation of maritime safety standards to prevent future tragedies. RMS Empress of Ireland. The RMS Empress of Ireland, a Canadian ocean liner, collided with the Norwegian collier SS Storstad in the St. Lawrence River on May 29, 1914. The collision caused the ship to sink within 14 minutes. Out of 1,477 passengers and crew, 1,012 people perished. This disaster, one of the deadliest maritime accidents in Canadian history, occurred just 2 years after the Titanic tragedy, highlighting ongoing issues with maritime safety and navigation. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on more content like this. See you in the next one.